Why do most students struggle in math? And why is it that by the 4th grade, 3 out of 5 students are already behind in math? In this video, I'm going to show you the 2 reasons why students struggle in math. I'll reveal why most math resources don't work. And lastly, I'm going to introduce you to a simple system guaranteed to turn things around almost overnight for any student. First, it must be recognized that most teachers and students are bound by a broken system with more emphasis on testing over teaching and more emphasis on evaluation over demonstration. And since resources have failed to address the 2 fundamental issues, there has been virtually no improvement over the last 10 years in math performance. So why do so many students struggle in math? The number one reason is they haven't learned their math facts. Based on state standards, by the end of 2nd grade, students are supposed to know all of their addition facts, which means as quickly as they can answer 1 plus 1 and 2 plus 2, they should be able to answer 9 plus 9 without counting on their fingers. And by the end of 3rd grade, students are expected to know all of their multiplication facts. Yet despite their importance, most will not have their math facts memorized. This leaves them completely unprepared, considering as early as the 4th grade, a single problem may require the use of as many as 10 math facts. And without this foundation, students will certainly struggle with fractions, they will struggle with basic and long division, and they will definitely struggle with word problems, which all require the use of math facts, as well as all the concepts that students will learn beyond the 5th grade. So without a solid foundation of math facts, it leads to early struggles, which then leads to lack of confidence and negative attitudes towards math and often learning in general. The second reason why students struggle in math is they haven't seen enough examples. It's really as simple as that. Without enough examples, 3 things are guaranteed to happen. They won't understand steps, they won't memorize steps, they won't master steps. Because you see, there are 3 keys to learning any skill: knowing what to do, knowing how to do it, and knowing when to do it. And it's in teaching a skill like tying a shoe, whether we realize it or not, we actually use the most powerful teaching tool in the world. Which is why every kid, regardless of background, learns how to tie their shoes. First, we use the power of step-by-step visual demonstration. Secondly, we apply endless repetition, as we recognize repetition is the mother of learning. And when you combine step-by-step demonstration with repetition, you get the most powerful teaching force on earth. It's what we call relevant visual repetition. Yet despite the fact that visual repetition is the most powerful and proven teaching tool, most math resources fail to utilize it. School textbooks and worksheets only have 1 to 2 worked examples. Then students are expected to solve 10 to 20 practice problems before they even have a chance to fully understand what they're supposed to do. And despite the limitless space on the internet, Khan Academy and other online math resources only provide 2 or 3 examples for most concepts. So even after watching the online videos, students still face the same problem. And when they revisit those examples, they are more likely to just memorize the answer to those specific examples than they are to actually truly recognize and understand the pattern or to learn and master the steps required. For many foundational math concepts, instead of 2 to 3 examples, students may need 2 to 3 dozen just to begin to understand, 2 to 300 to memorize and master the required skills. So with so few worked examples, most resources continue to leave students unprepared and underperforming. Well, we believe that teachers, parents, and their students deserve better. In fact, we believe they deserve the best. Imagine if there were a faster and easier way for students to learn their math facts, the foundation to almost every math skill. Imagine if students could receive the quality and quantity of examples necessary to approach any problem and know what steps to take, when to take them, and how to complete them in a timely fashion. And imagine if all of this could be accomplished by dedicating just 15 to 20 minutes per day, inside and outside the classroom. Well, guess what? You no longer have to imagine it, because that's exactly what we've designed. We've designed the fastest, easiest, and most efficient way for students to learn their math facts and to learn any basic math skill. By using 8 key rules, students can now quickly go from 144 multiplication facts down to only 10 remaining. And with 6 key rules, students can go from 81 addition facts down to only 6 remaining. It's a system based on fully utilizing the power of relevant visual repetition, using step-by-step animations focusing not only on concepts, but even individual steps to ensure that any student can fully understand how to solve a problem from start to finish. For example, let's say a student is learning how to add fractions with unlike denominators. Well, the most important step is for the student to know how to actually find the common denominator in the first place. It's the step that students have trouble with the most. So instead of a video with only a few examples solving the whole problem, wasting time with steps they already know, they can now view an entire video focused on that key first step with 25 animated examples. And within only 15 to 20 minutes, they will clearly see the patterns involved and how exactly they complete this crucial first step. Or let's say a student is working with place value. One of the most important skills for students to master is the ability to mentally add by 10 or 100. It's a skill that's far too important to only have a few examples in a textbook, worksheet, or video. Well, now students can easily learn and master this skill. When adding by 10 with 2-digit numbers, they can now see every possible example from 10 plus 10 to 99 plus 10, 90 total examples in all. And with colorful animations highlighting the pattern, students can go from struggling with this skill for weeks to fully understanding within minutes and mastery within just a few days. Lastly, when learning a skill such as multiplying tens, instead of a page or video with only a couple examples, where a student is more likely to memorize the answers than they are to actually understand the pattern and steps required, they can now see every example from 10 times 10 to 90 times 90, allowing them to clearly understand, memorize, and master this skill faster than ever before. Essentially, by not addressing the need for visual repetition, other math resources continue to fail our students. Before now, the only way to truly address this was through private tutoring. But at the rate of $30 to $50 per hour, for a couple hours per week, it costs $240 to $400 per month. Simply not affordable for most. But since technology has made devices such as the computer, tablet, and smartphone affordable to the masses, revolutionizing mass communication, we're now able to leverage that same technology to revolutionize math education, providing students with the quality and quantity of worked examples needed to build confidence while ensuring they are properly prepared for assignments and for maximum success on quizzes and tests. And all at a rate that's affordable for every household. Instead of scheduling time in advance for private tutoring with the monthly cost of a car note, students can now receive the help they need with the convenience and affordability of a subscription to Netflix or Hulu, For as low as $10 per month, students can now easily learn concepts at any time or location with a computer, tablet, or smartphone. Now, teachers and students can have access to the most efficient and effective math teaching tool inside and outside the classroom, all with the assurance of guaranteed satisfaction and transformational results. So join us today as we revolutionize math education, elevate student confidence, and maximize student performance.